Alright, welcome back, fellow Dragon listeners. Let's talk about store championships or set championship or however y'all do it. So I have somebody comment on my videos talking about what would I change, what would I play, stuff like that. So I give you what I would have played if I played this weekend. So this is a blue-red store championship deck list I would play. So we know everybody's gonna be playing Ed deck list they got first. Everybody's gonna play Zen Saeed deck list. Everybody's gonna play some green purple because they like green purple or blurple. All right, so going through the deck list, I would add queens to it because a lot of green purple you're gonna have to need queen because they go um, turn one Merfolk into Bonsai. Queen is the best answer in the game, trust me. Especially if you got ice block, it's pretty good. You can kill the Merfolk. Bonsai still trades, but you kill two guys with one body while you're playing like Grammatala or Brawl the next turn. And then you can build your hand back up with Hiram after you like discard a card with Merfolk and stuff. And playing one Sisu because you want to have the deck more consistent. And Sisu kills the Merfolk and all the other things that they do. Versus Zansai deck, you want to have more answers to Diablo. So Ice Block and Sisu can get rid of Diablo, and then the early shifts can really destroy his board. Usually I play 2 to 3 of these, but since championship is like you want to run less uninkables, make sure it's more consistent. Because Brawl does the same thing, so you don't really need to worry about extra copies of the Sisu. So, but we moved up to 4 Grammatala because this card just when I was playing at National, this card was a house, and I'm like, I played 3, and I'm like, I should have been playing 4 because like it's so good. Like to go Grammatala to how far I go is backbreaking sometimes for other people to deal with, and she just like draws you a card basically. Look at the top 2, put one in your hand. Um, 3, marry here to all. Sometimes I want to play 4, but you play 4 is going to be bad into the blue-red meta. If your store championship have like a lot of blue-red, you don't want to play 4 of these because it's like you draw it, it doesn't kill um, the shark or anything else unless you give a Vitality Spear. But like you can kill a Hiram to tap sideways, that's pretty good. But if you plan your turn just to kill Hiram with this, it's really not that good. And the other thing I would like to say, Let It Go was great for the weekend. Like let it go any of their targets, and then you can Maui get it back, and then let it go any of the future big threats, which is pretty good. Which makes them scared to play a big threat because they know you got to let it go, so they try to play like something around it. But you just be like, okay, well I'm just play Big Sisu, and then when they play a threat, you can sing with Big Sisu to let it go or hard cast. It's up to you. All right, so we go down to 2 ice blocks since we cut a Sisu. We want to go down the ice block because then if we only got one Sisu in deck, we really don't need that much ice blocks. So we can save our inkable accounts with it. And then we got 3 of these locations. Instead of playing Dime, I think playing against like the red purple deck, Ez deck, like they're gonna be preparing you a lot or Medusa you. So the thing is with the deck, right? What I would do is when you play against red purple, Flynn is annoying, so that's why I got this. But 80% of the time on a play, you win the game because they cannot answer like when you go Tipo into Grammatala and they go Flynn, you don't care about Flynn, you know? And then they would be like, all right, well, it doesn't trigger because Grammatala play a Sisu, you know? And then you got 2 options. Either you have an ice block and you ice block Sisu to Flynn, and then you kill the Flynn, and then you still have a body on the board, or you could just hard cast a Maui and then ink a card, which will help you because Tiplo already took 1 card out of your hand, so they won't trigger, and then they'll be scared to quest with the Sisu because Maui's gonna kill it. So you just check them all around. But while they doing that, you can use Grammatala to sing how far go, develop your ink, and put them in an awkward spot. And then they just waiting on until they get turn 7 so they can just go be prepared. So I would just fill the board up with creatures, and then when they get to like 6 ink, I'll start questing with them, you know, questing, and then putting them in with Maui. You put them in check, so if they play like the location, you automatically get outed with Maui and Grammatala or something else. So that's what I would do, and then if they ever go B prep, you go location, especially if you got like 8 ink. After you go like how far go, and then use Maui to say how far go to, and you just like 8 ink, you just like double manner, and they B prep. So that'll be a bad on their spot because now they got to kill these locations, right? But if you look at the list, I'm pretty sure none of them was playing like Maui's. Like I haven't looked at the full list. I just watched somebody post it, and it's like I think they're not playing Maui or Elsa, so it's like the rush package not really gonna be able to out the locations that fast. So you play double location, and they put creatures on the board to try to out it. Then they'd be like, all right, I'll play like a Sisu, and they play like Flynn or some other stuff, and you just be like, B prep. Now you reset the board again. Now they like, oh my god, play a rabbit, play fox, bounce the rabbit, attack the location, and then you just be like, okay, well I'm gonna play a dragon, kill your rabbit, and then they be like, oh my god. Or you go Maui Vital Spirit, kill it, get back a how far go, and then they let you tremendous, and then you just be like, okay, I still got these 2 locations every turn. So now you're up to like 12 or something, and then they be like, and then you kill Lady Tremaine with like Ice Block Big Sisu. Now they gotta have a Lady Tremaine or be prep for this, and then you just take over the board because you just check them with locations. And for Zan deck, it's gonna be a little bit harder to beat the deck, but what I just count on is ramping and just playing big Sisus because most of these guys just power 2 or less, other than like Pete and Smee. But then you got Ice Block, so you can just wipe his board. And once you wipe his board one time with the big Sisu or a random B prep, it's really hard for them like to come back. Especially if you like had Hyro on turn 3 early, it's really hard for them to come back. But I think the best play for this set champs is playing the queens. It's gonna catch a lot of people off guard, and that's about it. Let me see. Is any other things? See, Zan, Ed, green, purple, blue, red decks in a mirror. It's the usual. Play Hiram, draw cards. If you don't have the Hiram, play Grammatala, and then look for how far I go. And then you could just broad a Hiram and then use visions to find a Hiram. Like every time I cast visions, I don't care if I see dragons, Tamatoa, sharks, I always take the Hiram because the Hiram will draw you other cards. And that should be it for this video, guys. And I'll probably do something else like special, like a deck tech, not deck tech, but like something and talking about how you should play the mirror match. Cause I know a lot of people like saying, "How do I always win the mirror match?" It's like a lot of lines, and if you know the lines, then you should know how to beat the mirror. All right, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you dragons next time.